sorry that I can't keep it together. Maybe it's the trauma, or maybe it's the drugs. I can't seem to control my fucking temper. But the problem lies in not being enough. I lost my sense of humor in the battle for my mind. Now I'll slip away with one last puff this time. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Forgive me for the outburst with your neighbors. My actions don't reflect what's in my soul. I never found the right way to relate on. Take in and display a better role. The chemicals that shape me are buried deep this time. My family's already given up, it's fine. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, the only time with no regrets, letting myself die. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my life. The substance suicide, the only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Is letting myself die.
I'm Ethan Nagel.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence on this 29, holy crap, 29 September 2025, in the year of our everybody's going to be showing up to DC dumpster fire. The Monday edition with my sub Ice or Ken or whatever you want to call me, asshole, I've heard them all. And of course, in the gunner seat, rocking and rolling, is my man Massey.
Hey.
Dude, how you been, man? How was your weekend?
That was all right. Been busy doing a lot of kid shit all weekend.
Yeah. It's been kind of weird. Also, spooky season freaking cold weather hoodie season. Break them out, boys. Break out them decoys. Break out them
It's
hoodie
been hot as
decoys.
shit here. It's something like 90 degrees every day. 80, 89 degrees. It's still hot. Stupid.
Really? Oh man.
Yeah. Although there's some weather blowing in, it's supposed to bring in some cooler temps. Hopefully, after
Well,
this
you're
little
but that was because you're working in those freaking those mines, right? Those
I'm overseeing the children.
yeah, overseeing them, those children's, all those lithium mine stuff is still happening on eastern North Carolina. Man, is that rumor still going on? Are those guys?
I have no idea. I like to perpetuate it.
I was
but
about
don't
to say, do you kind of go, I'm just kind of like, yeah. Just, how do I say this? I lately, if you guys don't know, if you guys not paid attention to the news lately, there was 2 active shooter events, and the fucking news around it from everybody and anybody. I'm just fucking tired of it, dude. You're just watching it, everyone jumping back and forth. You try to correct something, and people say you're attacking them, or you're a MAGA, or you're a lib, or whatever. And it's just like, holy.
in spite of all of that, I was just happy to see the Coast Guard show up in the news. I was like, hey, look, we did something.
What'd y'all do? What was
In
it?
the one in North Carolina here, the Coast Guard held the guy, the shooter.
I was about to say, dude, and I got a lot of shit for saying this last time, for saying this stuff. But if you're a veteran and you do active shooter shit, I don't give a fuck. I hope you rest in peace.
Yeah.
When you start taking lives of your fellow Americans, and of course all the tinfoils came after me when I was like, yeah, I just think people, once you're on that portion of the I don't know, where do we draw the lines when we talk about where veterans need to be always because he was going through? It's kind of funny. Everybody else, when they do something, they're shitbags or this is this, but when a veteran does something, all of a sudden it's, what were they thinking? Maybe they were going through some stuff, and maybe there were some trials and tribulations. And man, fuck that. You fucking active shooter. I don't give a fuck about you at that point.
I would like to see if there's ever been a study done, or they should do a study to find out if veterans with any type of war-based trauma, right, combat-based trauma, or injuries. I know one of the guys said he had a head injury. But if that demographic, specifically veterans that have seen combat, likely have PTSD, whatever, are more likely to be radicalized in one way or another than those that aren't. I'm curious if that's a study.
That's
and not even radicalized necessarily by a group. Could be by their own whatever, right? But if those mental health issues lead to clinging onto extremist beliefs and acting out, because there's been a few.
No, you bring up a good point. I don't even think I've seen a study. All I've seen the study is that it's a blanket when it comes to what extremism or what is considered. Right. Name it. If it's BLM, if it's Antifa, or if it's fucking white extremism or Christian nationalistic extremism, whatever you want to fucking call it. It's all been a swath. It's like once somebody does something, immediately it's a whole like. There's no real. No, I'm saying, but you're right though. There's no real. Hey, was this dude combat connected? Did he have anything? Because I know I'm gonna get a lot. We're gonna get a lot of shit for the show because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff they hear that I always say that sometimes I think the veteran card is played too fucking much, and sometimes I think the veteran card is used to prop up and sympathize, and sometimes I think that the veteran card, like you said, was there something? Now there's individuals that like legit had true traumatic brain, like legit true traumatic, not somebody who couldn't fucking handle life. I'm not talking about that.
And one of the dudes got shot in the head. So
dudes who have actually been shot. Guys that have actually, that have survived IED blasts or been in vehicles where they've gotten their bell rung and stuff like. I could see something like that. I could see, but you're right. There's nothing really of a real true connection, unless we're missing it or something like that. Unless there's some sort of connection. But if somebody just like looks and goes, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it just immediately everyone's like, okay, the guy was like, for the last 2 guys. We're going to go over the story. Task and Purpose covered it. It's going to get posted on the timeline, so don't worry. You'll see the article that we're talking about is that there was the Marine Corps had released the service records of 2 veterans, one a former reconnaissance Marine and the other a mechanic who was accused of carrying out separate mass shootings in North Carolina and Michigan over the weekend, ending in a total of at least 8 dead. Now, this is what we're talking about, where, like you were saying, one guy's a force recon guy, former recon Marine, and one guy was a mechanic. And our country is starting to normalize mass shootings. I think a lot of people are starting to I don't want to say normalize, but I think it's because it's being mass reported. I had a good conversation with someone who's in the media, the media, and they asked me, well, why do you think it's prevalent? Why do you think is this? And why do you think it's where shootings like this are getting reported? And I said, well, first off, I said, you got to remember, this is why print media sucks. And the reason why I say print media sucks is because an event happens, somebody writes it up, and then opinions and pages and stuff is done. And then, it's always like the Sunday paper is like the thick, and some printed paper, groups. It's the Sunday paper. That's where you get the comics. That's where you get Parade Magazine. That's where you get all the advertisements for your local area.
Right.
And you've always noticed that there's a story that comes out then. Well, once the story comes out then someone's going to go like in the Wednesday editorials or something like that to do something. And it's hard to track because I don't know if there's anybody that could go back to newspapers.com, and they're using AI, and there are some articles and stuff of stories that were printed from a long time ago that I've searched, and all I did was just do a couple names, and those articles popped up. I'm like, holy crap. So there is at least a I don't know, maybe a photographic method of, but I was saying, my point was that the reason why print media is going away is because in social media, a story comes out, the event, it happens, and it is being updated by minutes, by 5, 10, sometimes 15 minutes. Yeah. And immediately it just perpetuates. So by the time we get to the Monday edition, the story that we got over the weekend, by the time we get to the Monday edition, all of a sudden it is now just completely changed and completely revamped.
Yeah. And part of the problem is with that instantaneousness, and then with the changing, you get people that miss the updates in between, right? So they start, then they'll scream from this angle, and this has happened over here, and there's all kinds of info going on.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, because at least back at your hometown, back a small town or something like that, you get the Sunday paper, and it's a coffee shop or somebody's stoop, or I'll say it, you go to Cracker Barrel, and then when you hear all the old farts talking about, hey, remember that guy? You hear about that guy shooting up place? Well, I don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. And then next Sunday, they'll get an update. Well, I heard he had this, or I heard it. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, it just doesn't, it's that in between, the meat that usually, and Chris has got a good point. You can't believe I half the stuff online now due to AI. Yep. That to the point is, holy crap. David said the flavor of the month. A flavor of the month, news media is trying to make shooters trans. Oh my God. You ain't lying. I mean, this is no joke to the trans community, but I was joking with some trans. It's like the media is, the flavor of the month is the media is trying to make our active shooters more trans than the trans are trying to make trans. And I kind of chuckled at that. But it was just kind of funny. It was a funny, hey, look, man, you just like Mexicans joke about ourselves, trans community jokes about themselves too. And I'm just kind of like, damn, dude, it literally is. I don't know. Let's just go to one story then. How about that? Let's just go to one of the stories. In North Carolina, Nigel Edge was charged with first-degree murder. And this is the story. This is a Coastie story for you. Yeah. Like you were saying, a Coastie win, which, the way I see it, active shooters just need to be put down anyways. Was charged with first-degree murder and alleged shooting into a crowded bar Saturday night, and on the town's popular waterfront. Edge left the Marines in 2009 after serving 6 years. He allegedly opened fire from a boat into a waterfront bar, killing 3 people and wounding 5 other. Before fleeing down the coast, and Edge was detained by the Coast Guard at a public boat ramp in a neighboring town and turned over to the local police. I'm going to say shout out to the Coasties. Yeah. Because, the Coasties, sometimes when they board somebody that's armed, I mean, isn't that true? You guys go in full freaking, you guys don't fuck around. You like shooting rounds across the bow and fucking, you know what I mean?
Depending on the situation. Yeah. But yeah, they're still going full bore.
Yeah, I was about to say, you guys kid up and cause it's somebody with a gun, Yeah. In Michigan, Thomas Jacob Sanford, this is the one where Chris has got a good point. And there's shirts floating around about, hey, one guy, he's wearing a MAGA shirt, and one he's wearing an altered MAGA shirt. He's wearing a altered MAGA shirt. He's wearing a camouflage. I mean, dude, I made a correction today. I say, hey, this is the altered image, and holy fuck, people went after me. I mean, I'm like, dude, I'm just showing you. Yep, that's the MAGA picture. Here's the altered image, and because people can't, I don't know, man. They, like you were saying, they get this portion of it, and they get that portion of it, and not looking at the middle, and so
or they don't care about the middle.
They'll
pick the points that back up whatever their belief system is, whatever validates their identity politics, whatever the case may be, and that's the parts they cling to. The rest of it must be bullshit because this has been vindicating what I believe is right.
Yeah. Oh, this is my this is my bias. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god. And my biggest thing is that how do I say this? Is there's not too much objectivity when you look at what people are looking at anymore. It's like, oh, okay, well, this story's this. All right, this fucking dude down. Oh yeah, fucking yeah, that's it. And you literally go on social media and see people posting the most whacked out shit that had zero. I mean, we're already talking about these Marines fucking MK Ultra shit and fucking, you know, Manchurian candidate stuff. So Thomas Jacob Sanford killing 4 people and wounding 8 others after driving his truck into a Mormon church on Sunday, and the Marine Corps confirmed that Sanford served a 4-year enlistment and ended in 2008. Sanford was shot and killed by police after setting a fire that eventually burned the church to the ground.
Yeah.
Edge served in the Marines from 2003 to 2009 under the name Sean William de Beauvoisier, and changed his name to Edge after leaving the service. In the Marines, Edge reached the rank of sergeant, and according to a service record, Marine Corps indicated that he served as an infantry assaultman and reconnaissance Marine. Like an infantry assaultman that's a title, huh? I guess it's like a heavy weapons and demolition focused military occupation, especially within the Marine Corps. That was discontinued in 2020. Edge went to Iraq from January to August 2005, and again from March to May 2006. No details on Edge operational career, but his military award saw combat while in uniform. His awards and decoration included Purple Heart Combat Action Badge, Combat Action Ribbon. I'm sorry, Marines don't wear combat action badges. They wear the car. They wear ribbons. I said that one time, and Marines freaked out on me. I was like, dude, I'm sorry, it was a slip. Iraq Campaign Medal with 2 Bronze Stars, a Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal in his last duty assignment was with the Wounded Warrior Battalion East 2 2nd Expeditionary Force. I don't know the Marine stuff. It's really they always go like 5th Marines, 15 Marines of 1st Mar Division Marines.
It's a lot of words for dudes that generally can't read.
Yeah, well, and they can read it and they can recite it pretty good. They're like, you know. 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Edge wrote the book he sold on Amazon, Headshot, while he deployed in Haiti, but no deployment matching that description mentioned in his service record by the Marine Corps. 2007 story on Edge and the Star News. Wilmington interviewed him as he underwent treatment for a head injury in Iraq. This is what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Newspaper said Edge had been shot in the head in Iraq with a bullet remained in his brain. The doctors told the newspaper told him he could walk with a cane. So that's Edge's story.
Because there happens says, I mean, that traumatic head injuries can significantly alter different shit. Like there's a list of serial killers that have had massive brain injuries is what caused them to, you know, this theorized what causes some of the behavior. So I mean, that's can be linked together, right? Massive head trauma to
that's what I'm saying. It could change your. I mean, they start saying once you start going through, you know, I think somebody. I remember reading a study somewhere. I had to pull it up. I don't want to fucking just like, oh, it's because I heard. I think there was a study that I can't remember where it's at. I have to pull it up. I recall a study of so much percentage of traumatic brain injury that starts to alter your mind. I mean, obviously, any traumatic brain injury will alter. I don't want to say alter reality, but alters a lot of brain functions. I'm a brain dude. CTE. There you go, Holly. I was about ready to say. What do they call that in the NFL? It's called CTE. That's right. Yeah, that's that traumatic brain injury stuff and the condition that it happens.
Yeah, so I got tested for that not long ago because I've had a fuck ton of concussions in my life. So I was having memory gaps, and they did
memory gaps, migraines, vision migraines, light migraines, specific side nerve damage, left side, right side. I know that. Sanford, let's say, served in the Marines from 2004 to 2008. from June 2004 to June 2008, and as a organizational automotive mechanic and vehicle recovery operator. His service record said he deployed from Iraq in August of 2007 to March 2008. And his awards are Military Marine Corps, Good Conduct Medal, Sea Service Deployment Ribbon, Iraq Campaign Medal, Global War and Terror Service Medal, and National Defense Ribbon.
I mean, they're both pretty well decorated guys as far as.
Well, I mean,
well described.
yeah. Well, I mean, just saying this. Those are, I will say, the Marines as much as the Army, not so much as much as the Army does, but the Marines, Coast Guard, Navy, they hand out some pretty good chest candy for your deployments and stuff like that. So,
they do.
Kind of say like that. When you say someone was a marksman, dude, it just means you only scored so much on your weapons qualification.
Right. You just scored higher than the people that completely suck.
Yeah, exactly. You start shooting. Also, when it goes to a different rank, and then once it's like junior NCOs, junior soldiers, you're expected to kind of like want to shoot high and stuff like that. Senior guys, fuck. I think the last thing I had was sharpshooter. That was my sharpshooter. See, that's the thing. I get in a car accident or I cause some drama in the news. Someone's gonna say, "Ken Ramos was a sharpshooter in the Army." And, and just saying, this is the way
he's a psyop weapons expert.
Yeah, exactly. And I would not have said anything. Somebody would have said it for me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, what was that? The National Defense Ribbon goes hard. Yeah, especially one with the campaign star, baby. People looked at me all crazy when I was wearing that shit. They're like, dude, well, not look at me crazy. They just said, dude, you're old. So 2 veterans with no clear motives, and this is as of writing. With solid information on why the 2 men. Now, of course, here's where immediately everyone's come together, like you were saying, the meat and potatoes in between of all the little conjecture of what happened. Chris, yeah, hey, dude, come on, man. So, okay, it was funny, and I always said this too. I always told people that I had weapons anxiety or qualification anxiety. I would shoot. I didn't care about what we did in the qual range, but you put me on the fucking distance range. You put me on a 50 cal range. You put me on all the ranges, pistol ranges. Pew pew, man. I would just, I don't know, like a duck to water, So I'm self-deprecating when it comes to my shooting skills. I can shoot. I'm just saying, it's just funny.
Yeah. I think a lot of it though too now is nobody really wants to know the why to figure out the motive. Now people are looking for the why and the blame to back up, like for bias, or so they can confirm, so they can be like, "See, I told you it was the lefties. Oh, I told you it was the extreme right." Like everybody just wants that bias, so they have a little bit of a higher soapbox to scream off of. Nobody really cares why they did it. They just want to know enough to back up whatever they want to yell about, and that drives me fucking crazy.
Yeah, thank God social media was around when I was holding my Ross Perot fucking sign. You know what I mean? Be like, holy crap. That's how people, I mean, people will dig in your past and find out some stuff, or people dug in their past to find out, everything about this guy. And of course, obviously the stuff, while both suspects are in the shootings veterans, the news media should avoid overemphasizing the military identity. That's what I was telling you about, the fucking the swath, the broad brush. And said Russell Midori, board chair of Military Veterans and Journalism, a nonprofit group that advocates for news outlets to hire veterans. Quote, the vast majority of veterans live a peaceful, law-abiding lives after they serve. And see, that's the thing. A lot of them do. There's some that you wouldn't even know are veterans. I mean, there's people that I know that I met and hung out with and all this other stuff, and then it'll slip. It'll be like, fuck, man, I gotta go get my surgery done. I got the VA. I'm like, oh, you're a vet. What'd you serve, man? I'm like, oh, and sometimes they'll say, oh yeah, I just did a short stint and didn't do much or whatever. And then sometimes I run into let me tell you and then I'm like, oh, well, okay. Then they don't realize that I'm one as well. And then that's when I start just giving them the okay.
Tell me again about how hard that tour in Michigan was, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Holly says, BS, I can tell. Be quiet, Holly. That's because you know me. I look like, somebody told me that I look like I should be teaching their daughter's high school algebra class a long time ago when I first met them. So a vast majority of veterans live peaceful, law-abiding lives after they serve. Editors should reject, and this is what we were talking about, should reject sensationalized storytelling about their veteran status that would unfairly stigmatize millions of men and women who have served. Each of these tragedies should be seen for what it is, actions of an individual, and not a reflection as of veterans as a whole. And that's the thing. And it's a hard fence to walk on, dude, because you want to capitalize on what veterans are going through, but you got to walk that line to make sure it doesn't stigmatizing them into, oh, well, then he's unstable. That's why I can't hire him. That's why, you know what I mean? That's the whole, almost like the true meaning of the book First Blood, although translated okay in the movie. What was it that Rambo said? I could fly fly gunship, drive $1 million tank. I can't even get a job parking cars. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Yeah.
I wear my unit hat when I like to wear my tanker jacket when it's cold, but I make it a point not to go around talking about being a veteran unless it's relevant to the conversation or when I'm asked. Yeah, see, that's something too. Sometimes it's not relevant. It's hard for me because, WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, we're swimming in the veteran environment. But
I only bring it up when I don't get my goddamn discount. I'm like, you know who the fuck I am? You know I fucking serve. I better get my goddamn 10%. No.
Okay, now this is going to draw some controversy because I do think guys do that. I do think that
100%. I've seen it.
There is that almost. Yes, I'm a veteran. Yes, you must look at me. I mean, don't get me wrong. We joke around about it. When you fucking are active duty military and you get called to be able to, get on the plane faster than everybody else and all that. But there are some that have that. Yes, I am the. Yes,
My ex-husband was a general. I better get to my discounts.
Yeah, exactly. It's even worse when they translate it to the kids. You know what I mean? When the kids are, my dad this, my dad's that, and I got my kids calling everybody pogues and legs. So, but no, it's hard. It's a really thin line to not have that veteran smug. That it's almost because there are some bad veterans. There are some veterans that go out there and fucking. Hell, I might be a bad veteran, I was looking at fucking Vince fucking Vargas.
Yeah.
So why would a veteran with TBI memory loss issues talk about service if you can't remember things in the first place? Ooh, you ain't lying. Maybe that's why I don't have PTSD, or maybe that's why I barely remember shit. Remember you and I talk about this?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why you and I are pretty set, because we're like, huh, what happened? Right. And also, see, that's something too. I can't self-diagnose. We can't self-diagnose, so I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that I don't have PTSD when I've never. Nope. See, I'm fucking digging myself a fucking mental health hole here.
Sorry, I just saw Heath's comment. He only tells fat chicks he's a veteran. I like it.
Oh yeah, that's sometimes one on a pin. You only use it when you hear it, though, Heath. Right? You're so narcissistic. You only hear it. So, I think veterans are hot. Oh, really? that's when you throw it out yet. Yeah, the line. Yeah, Rambo said they drew like, yeah. So Vince Vargas, he says veteran, like be a better person, meaning that the whole attributes, the positive attributes of your service are what you're supposed to inject into society to assist in society to make society better. Same thing with freaking, you ever noticed that? The veterans back from World War II or Korea, they came back and became raging fucking drunks, but they were quiet about it. They hardly fucking, they you don't ever hear about this. You ever hear about, hey, you ever hear your grandparent tell a story about World War II? Yeah, but he didn't talk about it. Yeah. He was quiet, but he didn't talk about it.
The only things my grandfather told me about World War II are the prostitutes he hit up while he was in Asia. Like, that was the bulk of the stories he told me. He was like, yeah, there were these whores. And I was like, okay. Well, I was on shore leave and blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. He was
But I was on shore leave, whores, and whores.
Yeah, that was basically it. Me and this one guy had this one girl. I'm like, Jesus Christ, grandfather, I don't need to know this. He goes, well, no, you need to hear this. Okay.
Shout out to Vince Vargas.
My grandfather was split roasting people before probably split roast was invented. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. And there's only like 5 chicks in the whole establishment, and the rest of it's a sausage factory.
Yeah.
No, you're right. There's almost like a I'm a veteran. It's almost like a smug. I don't know. It's just like, yeah, we got it. It's almost like it's hard to be in that line of being cringe or not cringe, or being celebrating your service or saying, hey, look, being proud of what you've done. Yeah, okay, cool. But it's almost like,
Well, it's the same. If you can be proud of anything, but it's like I'm proud of my kids, but I don't go to strangers and be like, "Hey, I have 2 kids and I'm really proud of one. Let me show you what they did." Blah blah blah. People are, I don't fucking care. Like it's the same thing. Like just because you're proud of your thing doesn't mean other people have to also be proud of your thing. You know what I mean? Like it's appreciated when you're appreciated, right? But you can't expect that just because
I have some.
you're a vet.
Somebody told me that, and I needed to tell my story more. And good friend, and I was like, dude, I can't. I feel like I have imposter. I feel like I'm out of place talking about it. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm out. I feel like I shouldn't be talking. I feel like it's almost like, like it brings me back to that smug. Well, I did this and I did that and you didn't do this and you didn't do that.
But it's time and place, right? There's a place that your story is absolutely beneficial and helpful and meaningful, but there's other places that nobody fucking cares and you don't need to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, speaking of napalm sticks to kids, so we played an old AFN Good Morning Vietnam Adrian Cornauer show long time ago in Sarn's time, and it was part of the jokes and stuff like that, and some of the stuff was napalm sticks to kids and stuff like that. YouTube freaking took it down. I think YouTube took it down because I can't find that episode. And it's just Chris, I mean, when you wake up and piss excellence, everyone should know. Now, there's nothing wrong with maintaining some set of, having a self-confidence. Don't get me wrong. It's that line that I was saying, though. It's a hard line. It's a hard line to not look like a fucking chode overdoing it and then just being humble about it. I'm not saying that everyone's a chode. Now, see, that my words are going to get misconstrued. You hear WTF Nation Radio, fucking eyes. That guy, Ken. Yeah, that guy. Ken Ramos, retired Army.
He was on there for half an hour just talking about how much he hates veterans.
Yeah, exactly that. He hates vets. I got one of my former soldiers in the chats going, what are you talking about? You used to say that. Piss excellence. You taught me that. Yeah, whoa, hey. But we're serving. We're teammates. We're in. Yeah. That's different when you're motivating the troops to kick ass and take names. I don't like the word pride because pride becomes for destruction. I'm grateful and honored that I was afforded the opportunity to serve in the best men and women. Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, fucking A. That's the best thing about it. I'm not saying I hate the Army, but I hate the Army, but I don't hate the Army. Does that make sense? I love the Army, but I hate the Army. Like the people in it, the fucking, all this stuff, but I hate the Army when it comes to what they can do better, and they're not seeing it. You know what I mean?
It's one guy who's always like that's your military time is like the most miserable time in your life and you'll miss it every day.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Just like your previous unit was your best unit. Your previous commander was your best commander. I mean, it kind of goes with the, what's going to happen with tomorrow's supposed love fest with the Secretary of Defense and POTUS and all of our generals, supposedly. This big, this wake up was supposedly a ass chewing or warrior ethos. See, that's the thing. I don't know. We don't know. I Am Santini the Great. Ooh, that was a good movie, man. The Great Santini was a good movie. You can watch that movie. It was about a Marine Corps fighter pilot in Vietnam. That was an awesome movie. But no, yeah. See, Chris said, I'm so happy to be retired, but there's some things that I miss. I missed I missed the PT stuff. Like I was just telling when I was telling the SMA Grinston last week. You don't miss some of the shit, but you sometimes will sit there watching a car go by. You're sitting in a car and you're watching a car go real slow, and then whatever, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there, and then a group of soldiers are running by you singing cadence, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, I fucking missed that shit.
Well, dude, I laughed my ass off today. This actually just happened earlier. There was a buddy might have posted something. Guy who used to be a service with. He's still in. He's a recruiter now. I had posted some type of petition or something like that. And one of the guys from an old unit of mine, I went to talk some shit on it just to give him a hard time. And 3 dudes that we were all at the same unit together had already got there before me. We're just shitting all over his post. And it was like, hey, we're all back together again, just like old times.
Yeah.
And he was like, they're all assholes.
Yeah.
This is something I really believed in, and we're all just shitting all over it in the post. And it was just funny because I got 2 guys that we sort of were there before me. So it was just taking it right back. We were all together. We shit on this.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, exactly. There's some times where I'll sit there in a group chat or something like that, or I'll sit there on a page, or next thing you know, I'm added to a fucking group chat.
Yeah,
they're like,
I got a group chat from him, and he was like, "You guys are assholes."
Yeah, exactly. But what was that? Most of us end up in Tampa, moved to Bonefo. I moved to Bone. What are you talking about? I didn't end up in Tampa, dude. I retired out of Fort Bragg. What are you talking about, Chris? For Tampa wasn't even a long tour. Talking about me?
Fucking Carolina.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it. What was it dealing with that? Yeah, dealing with the same people, and they were doing doing the same stuff. Yeah, I saw today you couldn't post anything without everyone throwing MAGA or libs. And even when you're correcting somebody, immediately it went straight to MAGA. You're MAGA. It's all MAGA. Because of MAGA. It's because of MAGA. And then, of course, on that liberal, cry liberal with your liberal. Let me see your liberal tears. I'm like, the fuck are you talking liberal? What the fuck are you talking about? I've known what? It's just getting too, like I said, it was just because social media is now allowing it to get real quick. A lot faster. Like you were said, fast enough to where it can shape narratives in between the beginning and the end of the story.
Right.
And it was just like, oh, God.
I think we should have a 3-strike rule. You get 3 stupid opinions you can express publicly, and after that, your shit gets locked and you can't post anymore.
The shit gets locked for like about 30 days or something like that. Or
no, Perm. You've used your same stupid shit. You can now scroll the internet. You can no longer post things. We're sorry, you've lost your right on the internet.
I'm just gonna say there are some people that I'm surprised have access to the internet. I'm surprised people have access to the internet and with access of information at their fingertips and still post the wrong shit and still
Thanks,
post.
Obama.
What does Obama have to do with it? Wait, am I missing something?
No. I know it's because people in my family, at least during the press, every time something happened, they're like, "Oh, thanks, Obama." No, this is happening.
Oh,
Thanks,
gotcha.
Obama.
Oh, yeah. Trump's America, Biden's America, Obama's America, Bush's America. We always see that at the end. So it's frustrating. It's like you post one thing and it's hell. Like someone brought up the waffles or Apple analogy. You can post apples and then immediately people are being like, "What's wrong with dinner? What's why you?" Just all that as an example. Let's just sit back. I'm like, look at that nice fucking tree. That's a nice fucking relaxed. Look at this right here on the coast and looking at the fucking beach and look at the fucking sunset. Look at all that. Well, you wouldn't be assuming that if you were in there. I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was just fucking posting that I like fucking chilling out on the beach, watching a sunset along the fucking, looking at the islands and shit. And then next thing you know,
nice, not that worried about being arrested by the police.
Yeah, exactly. That, where are you at? So I could call ICE, something like, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Fuck. But yeah, it's like you were saying, it's just frustrating for me. I don't like fucking seeing all that shit. I don't like seeing the drama. And what makes me mad, how do I say that? What's even more frustrating is then you see something that you've been debunked, that you have seen debunked or whatever, or it's not true. It doesn't matter whose side it's on. But then you'll have a family member or a friend send it to you, and you're like, yeah, I kind of talked about this already, and I saw this, and you could, bro, have you ever looked at your own? Look at our family's freaking chats. Look at our family's fucking Facebook pages. Holy shit! One person says something like you were saying. Well, it's because you're lucky because you look white. That's why they didn't fucking deport you. What are you fucking talking about? What did? Oh, it's because of white supremacy. Oh, Biden's America, Trump America. You can't even post something on a family fucking social media page or your own page.
Any of my family on social media. Most of them blocked me a long time ago, but now I just haven't added them when I open my social media back up. Nice.
Yeah. And then people get offended just because you don't add your opinion to it.
Right.
What do you feel about that?
And they'd be mad about the opinion anyway.
Yeah, as I'm saying, okay, you're mad at not giving an opinion, but you're going to be mad at the opinion I'm going to give you. And then you want to sharpshoot it and start throwing, straw man, bias, you got this bias and you got that bias and you're like, so why'd you fucking ask? Why'd you,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of, I'm just kind of like, fucking, I'm just going to shut up. I'm just going to sit. Yep. You're right. You're 100% right. Yep. 2 plus 2 will equal 8. That's right. I saw 4 lights in the chair, 5 lights, whatever you want to call it. I'm
So back in the day, in the days before link previews on iPhones, where you could send some covert links and take you to other places. I was in it was a family group chat, not paired like cousins and stuff like that. I hate group chats, I always have, but I threw in there's a site called Lemon Party, and it was basically you go to the immediate page, there's a bunch of just old dudes, just gay dudes just boning each other. It was like the whole backdrop, everything. And I would send that link regularly when I would get irritated in group conversations. I kept getting added back in. I would send that, and people quit adding me into group conversations because they got tired of seeing old dudes fucking. So I found that very effective in getting out of conversations I didn't want to be part of.
okay. I didn't want to. I mean, I wasn't talking about doing that, but I was just talking about.
It gets you out of line when people don't want to talk. Like, we're not going to talk to him. He'll send us old dicks, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm out of the loop. It's great.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. You're just like, for me, it's always like, lemon party. What is that? People could be like, lemon pledge. No, it's lemon. Bro, you're breaking back old school fucking pranks and jokes and links and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was good, man. I missed the days. But you remember you had Linkly, I think you could put a longer URL in, it would shorten it to something. Whatever.
Yeah, you didn't know what it was, and your phone wasn't able to differentiate between the two. And
I used to send that shit to people. I sent so many fucked up things to so many people with those links back in the day. Yeah,
I didn't have that yet. I mean, I would say younger generation. You younger kids, you're able to post whatever.
Yeah. I was a textual terrorist, we'll say.
I mean, it does. When you talking politics in a family setting, sometimes just gets derailed so much. It gets derailed because immediately it's like do you ever have that family member that you're just like is a fucking idiot, but you're just like you're just like, God, I don't even want to talk to you because you're fucking. I mean, in your mind, you're saying, I want to talk to you because you're a fucking idiot. But you're a fucking idiot. You care not to engage. You care not to discuss stuff with them because you're just like, fuck, dude. What? Hang on. What was that? I see a comment in there. Hey, man, do you know what happened to Joseph? He was my neighbor. Joseph, this is from Derek Resendez. Are you talking about the call for attendance that we posted? Because I think there was 2 of them that we posted. Let's see. I'm not disregarding your comment, Derek. I'm just double checking. I'm trying to figure out which one. I don't know which Joseph we're talking about, bud. You're gonna have to Joseph. You're really gonna have to tell me which one. Talking about Joseph Escobar. Joseph Escobar that we posted. If you go on the TL, Derek, if you go to the if you go back 3 days, we had an FTX show to honor Joseph Escobar, and CQ, that was a member of his family. CQ will be able to give you the details on that show. So if you go back on the live, and it was posted on 8 p.m. 26th of September, you will see that Mike CQ for FTX will be able to he'll explain it, and it goes through a pretty good explanation of what happened. So it's a good tribute, and it was because Joseph actually hung out with us on FTX playing some board games and stuff. So just scroll the TL and look at the live, and Mike will have the whole explanation of everything what happens. It tells it better than me because one that was CQ's one of CQ's family members, and it also he goes through a little bit better explanation. So I'll let you scroll that. What were we talking about? The fucking family members, dude, that fucking are just dumb. Yeah. They're just like Now, it's not that you want to say you're a fucking idiot, you should read more, but it's almost like you want to say you're a fucking idiot, why don't you read? Or where are you getting this? Where are you getting this information from? Who's telling you this stuff? Who's your source on this stuff?
Sold on InfoWars.
Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna say. I'm about to say. Hang on. I don't want to pull up my tinfoil hat. No. And it's just. I'm just saying. Somebody said that there should be if there was a jar that had how many times Alex Jones was correct, it'd be you'd have saved up enough money, to buy a car.
Yeah. No, guy that I worked with recently in the last year, after working with him, found out that he was a hardcore flat earther, and was surprised, but he was asking me questions about being in Alaska and stuff. And anyway, I just answered a couple of questions. He was like, I knew it. I knew I was right. And then I never corrected him. I just listened and let him go on with the stuff. But just like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But he now sends me conspiracy shit videos every fucking day, like 20 a day, 20 plus a day. Because he's convinced that I'm in the know. Because I was in the military and I was stationed in Alaska and I saw some things. And he's like, you've seen some things, haven't you? And I just replied, yeah, I've seen some stuff. Because I've seen stuff.
Right.
What stuff? And I just went on with it, man. And now it's gotten out of hand, like every day. Like there's 20 or 30, everything from flat earth to like lizard people shit.
I get it too.
Yeah.
Hey man, great. You were at Fort Bragg. What'd you hear about this and blah blah blah? Are they using directed energy, mind weapons and all that? And then next thing you know, what are you talking about in this? Because I saw Alex Jones say that. He said that you guys are doing because he hates PSYOP people and just saying that they're using weapons. They're using weapons. They're using them against you, against all of us. Yeah, exactly that. Oh, did you see his fucking mustache? Alex Jones' mustache? Holy shit.
I haven't. Is it glorious?
Maybe it in a Reich kind of way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Under the Reich circumstances.
Yeah. I know, Reich, Did not see that coming.
Right on, man. I got you.
Let me see his mustache here. Let me open it up and I'm gonna mute this because I don't want to get us freaking
right.
But I'm gonna screen cap this because you're gonna be like, what?
I'm excited right now.
Wait, hang on. Let me make sure the sounds
Freaking overpopulation.
We need to get there you go. He's like, get over. Okay, look. Okay, hang on. Let me just show the fucking video. You'll be like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
God damn, dude.
Are you sure? I can't believe he's saying this. Look at my mustache. Look, I'm telling you right now, brothers. Oh,
wow.
Look at my face. Look at my face. Look at my face.
Wow.
Holy crap, dude. I paused it right at the right spot. Look at that. Holy crap.
It's ridiculous.
Oh, shut up. We used to have mustaches like that in the Army. You're right. You ever noticed that some of the mustaches that the Chiefs used to wear and the senior leaders used to wear back in the 80s and 90s? They looked pretty Reich-ish, sort of, kind of. Look at that. That is so German of him. Yeah. Oh, man.
Jesus. He looks weird.
Dude, it just went black on me.
Yeah. And it just said I was still on air, but everything else went black except for me. It was weird.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Are we still on?
I'm still seeing the chat on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. That is so fucking. Hang on. Let me. That is so nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me get you back. I guess
mine. He said Chris said his paused.
Yeah. Dude. You saw that, right? You saw that. You freaking saw that.
Yeah.
He's trying to out-PSYOP me.
Yeah, man.
He's trying to.
Yeah, I'm still not back. I'm
I don't see you, man. You're not.
Really? I still see me.
No, I see you in the other chat, but I don't see you in this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, you're not ever coming back. You're like, what the hell? It was like, what the hell is going on?
They're finally catching on, and they're gonna just ban me. Like, anytime I come on, it's just gonna pop me off the screen.
I got gay frogged. Whoa.
Give me drop and pop back in.
You know, I don't think. I mean, that's the thing. I don't think. Hang on, let me refresh you. Let me see. That's so fucking nuts. Hang on, let's see if you pop back up. That is so fucking crazy, dude. Literally. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, everyone can hear you, but exactly that. They can hear you, but they can't. Oh, man,
that's crazy. It's all right. We can continue full screen your ass. I'll just be the voice in the background.
All right. Well, we'll mess with this. We'll mess with this and then see what happens. Just holy crap. That's like freaking.
Alex Jones was like, "Fuck him for talking
yeah,
about."
Alex Jones is this. Yeah. The last time he talked about me, he was talking about the ghost of the machine. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Who looks like Dr. Phil now, bitch?
Exactly. Exactly. I saw that DM, you fucker. Oh my god, dude, that is so freaking weird. Everything just went like in a second.
Just weird shit for a second time. Who knows?
Yeah, it one mustache to rule them all. Yeah, holy shit. Let's see, did it play the? Let's see, let me look at the other. I turn my phone sideways and he disappeared. One mustache. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so, dude. It's so fun. It reposted everything over a Dr. Phil comment. Yeah, it reposted everything. It literally fucking took it down, dude.
Yeah,
that's fucking nuts, man.
Go figure, man.
Jeez. All because I made the joke. All because
out of all the things I thought I would be kicked off of this show for, Dr. Phil joke is not one of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, because you said Dr. Phil, and I was like, oh yeah, and all of a sudden you went, I'm like, whoa, I don't even, bro, where you at? I didn't think he had much pull. He doesn't have much pull. He thinks he has pull.
It's the adrenochrome, man.
Yeah, shut up, you little shit. I got pull. You know, this is so fucking nuts. This is gonna be like bothering me now. Hang on, let me try another. Let me try another link. See what happens. That's so fucking crazy, dude. Oh, there we go. There.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Hey. I missed you.
Missed you too. That was quick. Man. Oh, I was about to worry. I was like, man, dude, I know you're always in the background, but I can see you. It's just not fair to see the audience and stuff like that.
Because they don't get to see me.
Yeah, it was exactly that, Insomniac. I was thinking that too, is because of the mustache. You're only half kicked off. He doesn't have that pull yet. Yeah. You know what? You're right. It was probably the mustache. You are probably correct. You're probably. Matter of fact, let me check my notes.
Those little AI scans, baby.
Let me see. Let me see. I don't know freaking. If I didn't get you've been pulled from you've been kicked off.
For showing hate things.
Yeah, as I'm saying. You're right. It was probably, I guess I gotta stop talking German.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude. All right. Well, man, nothing says. No, it still says I'm still got. Yeah, he got jealous. Yeah, dude. Let's see what. Real quick, just double check to see what effect did this have. It was the mustache. It had to have been the mustache eat. It had to have been. Yep.
Yep.
Let me see. Let me see. Did it play again? Is it playing twice? Okay. It looks like. Hang on. Yeah, he got jealous. All right. Yeah. It looks like it caught up on Facebook, and it caught up on YouTube, but I don't think it caught on Twitter. It's like, nah, fuck it. Repost it again. Twitter reposted it again. So there you go.
Weird.
That was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I'll tell you what else is crazy. This freaking stash.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right. That was fun.
Yeah, I was about to say, to be fair, that was like the only Mr. Potato Head piece that I ever imagined to keep up with. Mustache part, Holly. What are you talking about, Holly? What? Okay, so last story before we take off. Last story. All right. So there's this dude. Okay, now look. Remember I was telling you about veterans and entitlements and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. There
was a guy at the VA who was blanket giving everybody 100%.
Okay.
Is this man a hero, or is this person fraud, waste, and abuse? Is he what's his I put the story in the in your I'll put it in your DMs. So is this guy, should this guy get busted? Should this guy not get busted? And what?
85,000 claims.
I'm just saying, is it, I mean, come on. So here's the thing. These 85,000 claims, how many of those claims are going to get recouped? How many of those claims that were saying that you were 100%? Chris says I know his name and he's a hero.
Yeah, until they come after the people now that they when they reevaluate their shit. And
right.
Like, oh, you've been getting paid 100% for how many years?
So let me give you the story here. That was from the government watchdog report that was also reported by the Army Times. Veterans disability benefits claims were blindly rubber stamped by a senior veteran service representative, a VSR, at a Philadelphia VA regional benefit office for years, resulting in an estimated $2.2 million in proper pay. Are you sure it wasn't proper? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're talking about, doing the broad brush on all the veterans. We're doing the broad brush on all the veteran people. I mean, the VA people. A hotline tip. This guy got busted out by, this had to have been somebody who didn't get 100%. Somebody who was saying all the hate.
That didn't get it.
And didn't get it.
Their friend had, and like, oh, this guy approved mine, no problem. Yeah.
A hotline tip made about the employee resulted in an investigation which found they were approving payments with a high volume without even opening or reading attached documents. Holy shit. What is this guy? This guy working in an S3 shop or something?
Right.
This guy working at division headquarters?
Yeah. Jesus.
Dude, come on, man. The errors caused by the federal worker included improper payments to veterans and violations of regulations that could affect veterans' benefits and procedural deficiencies, the report found.
Yeah.
Does that office cover Tennessee? Ooh, I don't know. So blind approvals occurred from the least fiscal year 2022 to 2024, when the employee was found to have authorized about 85,300 claims, 19 times the national average. Was this all the shit where we're getting veteran? You don't remember when the secretary of the VA was like, "We're getting these guys approved quick. We get these guys approved." You know, I'm just about to say, maybe there's this is 2024, so it had to have been before the new administration. The blind approvals occur between, as a senior VSR, the employee was responsible for final review and approval of the Veterans Benefits Claim Awards, a complex task demanding thoroughness to ensure that the claim. I need this guy's stamp. Everyone's going, fuck, yeah, exactly that. Everyone's like freaking out now. A complex task demanding thoroughness to ensure that the claim information is correct and veterans receive appropriate benefits. However, it's common knowledge within the office. Man, come on, man. I'm going to tell you what. Now here's the thing what if he, what if he awarded these guys and it come to find out when they go through these reviews, I guarantee it, the VA is probably going to review it. And he was correct.
Yeah.
Like, what if he had the clairvoyance? What if he had the experience? You know, you always got the sixth sense, the heebie-jeebies, freaking hairs on your spidey sense, whatever you want to call it. Exactly that, David. He was cutting down on the backlog.
And they said he was a senior guy, so he could have just been when things were getting like, not the appeal? What's the other one? You appeal to a board, but there's also the higher level review. So maybe he was one of those dudes, right? So he just assumed if it was getting pushed up for review, he's like, "Oh, fuck it, I'll give it to him."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was common knowledge in the office. And how come somebody didn't check him? How come someone say, "Hey, dude, are you going through this stuff?" Within the office, the employee was not actually working. So it was, like you said, it was haterade. Somebody fucking probably didn't get it. Probably heard a rumor.
Yeah.
Probably reported it up, and it didn't happen. And it did happen. To come to find out, then it ended up happening.
Yep.
In some cases, the employee only took, and here's the thing that kind of like blows my mind. In some cases, the employee took only 3 minutes between making each approval. Do you know how many, like you were like fucking Dave was talking about the case though. Do you know how fast our military promotions go when they look over your records? About 3 minutes. You know how fast they go over reviews when they look at some medical boards or something like that? About 3 minutes. So I like to dig a little deep and find out what exactly, this dude, if he, cause like I said, what if he had the clairvoyance,
Right.
as the Southern people would say, clairvoyance to find out, oh, this guy was probably correct. What if what if the review comes back and this guy was was able to review? Cause if it's experience, right? We do the same thing for promotion boards in the military.
With his age, maybe he was a part of MK Ultra back in the day. Now he's working for the VA, and he just knows shit before it happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What if the right word was spoken and now he's able to do it?
Yeah. If they're throwing in MK Ultra shit for other things, I'm gonna toss it on this one too. Why the fuck not?
Yeah. If you want to fucking broad brush all these veterans for that, let's broad brush this veteran trying to help other veterans.
Yeah.
At that point, do you think the cases would be closed or be open? See, that's another thing, too. According to the report, as early as 2023, the Northeast District Director was on record of noting it is not physically possible to do that many authorizations and perform the real functions of the job. Like you were saying, what if this guy's a stud?
Yeah.
What if this guy was legit? I know some individuals that you're like, holy shit, how are you able to do that over a weekend?
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Some of the kids these days with technology. This guy probably had the experience. Well, it was known that the VA was firing off approvals at slapdash. I like this. Slapdash speed. That's a new one.
Slapdash. Nice.
It's a slapdash speed. What's up, baby?
That's about my normal bedroom time.
Slapdash. My slapdash. I'm gonna slapdash that. That's a whole new connotation right there. You go. What's up, mama? You want to slapdash? What's up, baby? Yeah. Go on a date. You got to be more formal when you're dating nowadays. You just got to be upfront. You want to go slapdash?
Netflix and slapdash, baby.
Yeah, you want to? Yeah, you say, what the fuck is that? I mean, come over. Let's go get something to eat. This fucking whatever, and then get out. Slapdash or something. I don't know. Or slapdash. But you never know. What's up? I was. Let me process a slapdash comment. The individual was backed strongly by supervisors in the regional office who shielded them from being held accountable. You bring a very good point, Holly. Thank you so much. I'm glad you brought that up. AI, provided by AI, because now our government wants to use AI in a lot of fucking processes that, what if this guy's like good like AI?
Yeah.
You're gonna do it to our records anyways. There's gonna be some AI records going over your records review. It's gonna say, "Oh yeah, forget it. You just need to get fucking take out."
There are currently a couple of for-profit veteran organizations that help with filing claims that they take your shit and what you report and they pump it into their algorithm, and it gives them a nexus letter verbatim based on the symptoms you give them in your record to submit to a guaranteed fucking whatever you want to throw
I guarantee 100%. Yeah, it's like this thing uses the same thing like WebMD. You know how WebMD, you look up, hey, I'm feeling dehydrated, and it says you have cancer. How it over diagnoses you. And that's what I think too. And I just think going AI, because there's a lot of processes that the DoD wants to use and the VA wants to use for AI. Why are you breaking balls on this guy taking 3 minutes? And like I said, what if you, like you were saying, what if he had the fucking intuition to be correct with his MK Ultra shit? You know what I mean?
Right.
Then he might be fucking good to go. But another thing too, when the supervisors are backing him up, then what the fuck? If you know what I mean? If maybe they're seeing something, or maybe they're looking at it. The Philadelphia regional VA regional office leaders were aware of the senior VSR's unusually high authorization rate, and the Northeast District Director raised concern about it multiple times, according to the OIG report. The result was that veterans' disability claims were processed incorrectly, and taxpayer dollars were dispensed haphazardly due to negligence and disregard. Now, somebody used to say, how you like those fucking, you don't like socialized medicine. But you use the VA, use military, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know, real quick, hang on. There are guys that actually pay taxes when they serve. Did you know that? Did you? I mean, some people don't realize that, and they always talk.
man.
It's almost like you're paying into, I don't know, you're paying into it, right? You're paying into your healthcare. I hate when people say, "Oh, you don't like fucking communism and socialized medicine and blah 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 blah. Enjoy that VA benefit." Yeah, your tax dollars. No, my tax dollars too. Because I remember seeing on my fucking LES it said FICA, Social Security, blah blah blah, and state,
Right.
Whatever. It said all that shit on there, right? I mean, if they put me in office, I'd approve everybody. Exactly that. Simple logic. David says he could have used AI or ChatGPT for the perfect written approval letters. Yep. So it's the doctor's evaluations that, and sometimes the doctor evaluations you kind of like gotta, sometimes the VA doesn't even want to look at it either. And so the report notes that in 6 months, from January 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2024. Okay, I didn't realize it was that period, that short of time.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, he's quick. The employee approved 15,600 benefit decisions, taking a closer look at 32 of them. Investigators found that 27 of them contained errors, which is due to the employee simply ignoring the necessary functions during their job. Maybe they should get fucking doctors to fucking sit to do the approvals too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just having some dude. In one of these decisions with errors, the senior VSR did not open any documents before authorizing the decision, according to the OIG. And the team identified errors involving correct entitlement determinations, not identifying benefits claimed by the veterans. Oh, okay. So that right there, okay, I kind of, if he's doing blanket shit and the veteran's not putting in for it, okay, I could kind of, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the procedural deficiencies. And the full magnitude of the incorrect dispersed system has not been assessed, with $2.2 million being the current. It's like I'm just like shocked at knowing that it could climb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly that. Holly pays taxes, still on WIC, and military have never been paid. I agree with you right there. If I was king for a day or emperor of the day, any veteran, or I should say anybody who served in the military, automatic tax free. And no adjustments too. I'd be like, what is the current pay scale? Okay, it's pay scale. Okay, cool. Tax free. I don't give a fuck. Federal taxes, you don't have to pay federal taxes. If I was a governor, if I was running for governor of a specific state, if you're military, taxes, tax free. No taxes. Matter of fact, no taxes for no taxes for anybody in the state. Make that state tax free.
Yeah. And you can compensate for that by, taxing any religious organization with more than like 1,000 members.
Dude. We were talking about the Osteens, right? The mega churches. Oh my God! See them. I mean, yeah.
The fact that they're tax free is that's a whole.
That's my whole. Yeah. Now you're going to go back to the hippie in me about feeding the kids for fucking lunch, lunch and breakfast and all that. No kid should not be fucking going hungry and stuff like that. And better fucking. But states should have like I said, if I was king for a day, if you served in the U.S. military. No federal taxes. Now, obviously, your states, up to your states on whatever states' rights, I got to play that stuff. And then you're good to go. And then that's it. Now, if you are a veteran in a certain state, and I was running for governor, if you are 50% above, if you are 50% and above on your VA, you automatically get the fucking DV tags, which are generally at a lower cost than most tags. Like, for instance, if one state, will be like $150 for a vehicle registration, while another state will fucking be like $400 or $500 for that.
Dude, Tennessee is like $75 a year unless they've changed it. Here, when I moved here in North Carolina, the first time I registered my car was like $600. I was like, "You fucking shitting me?" From all the taxes and vehicle, all this other shit.
Oh, if I was running for governor of a state, if you were a veteran or 50% above, not only do you get your DV plates. Doesn't matter at a cost rate, and it would be a flat rate.
Mm-hmm.
You also don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Like, how you had the ad valorem taxes? I don't get it. You buy a car, you buy a vehicle, it's got tax, you pay taxes on it and all this other stuff. And then the state, every fucking year, along with your registration, adds another tax to it, which is the reason why it costs $400, $500.
Right, exactly.
And it's the vehicle that you own. Same thing, property taxes. You're a veteran? No. 50%. 50% and above. Governor for Ohio. My plate has no expert. Yeah, exactly that. No, that's even better. No expert. And everyone's like, well, how would you make up the prices? Blah, 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 blah. And how would you do this? And how would you do that? Like you were saying, Massey, the mega churches. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You want to add church and state?
And for a change, I'm not picking on Christianity. Any church or religious organization with more than 1,000 members to a location pays fucking taxes.
And since everybody wants to go with the in God we trust and Allah and stuff like that and use Sharia law in some states, then guess what? You're paying tithes. I mean,
render to Caesar, bitches.
Well, I'm just saying, pay some. That would be good. I mean, dude, you fucking they would do that shit. I mean, I don't understand. It's not an attack on religion. It's like how it literally is. You see these mega churches, and they have a massive following. They have a massive congregation. They talk about this, and don't get me wrong. If you're into Christianity or you're Christian, you're saved, born again, whatever, and you go to these mega churches, and you always see everyone looking fresh, fly with a good, awesome. They have these fucking heavy metal bands playing and shit like that. And meanwhile, they get back in their old fucking beat up trucks and go home, and they're struggling.
Yeah, because they didn't fucking tithe enough.
Because they didn't tithe enough. Yeah, I know some fucking mega churches that yeah, I'm just saying, man, that actually do that.
Yeah.
They will fucking, you don't tithe enough, they want you to tithe more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just because someone's going through like a rough time, like, an addiction or, that's something too. You're going through an addiction or you're having some shit that's the issues with the marriage, they fucking just like disown you. They're like, yeah, whatever. But tithe and maybe we'll talk about it. Tithe and maybe we'll talk about it.
You got to give out of your need.
Yeah.
Give out of your need, Ice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you ain't lying, Holly. Some of those 501s just piss me off. Like I want to see. I tell you what, churches wouldn't.
If I was bookstore in your lobby, Jesus Christ.
If I was running, I was running for governor. I'm a governor again. Governor. Instead of paying taxes, the churches pay for the fucking kids' free chow.
Right.
They pay for all that stuff. Incentive.
A buddy of mine, and he was going on about welfare and some of this shit. I was like, dude, if you want to go with that, if the churches did what Jesus commanded them to do, we would have zero need for welfare in this country. If the churches just followed the fucking biblical commandments, we wouldn't need welfare. We wouldn't need WIC. We wouldn't need Section 8. We wouldn't need any of this shit because the churches would be taking care of the poor, the needy, the homeless, the poverty, all that shit. The churches would be doing their fucking job. That was my rant on him. And he was like, well, that's what the Bible says, bitch. You can justify that away all you want. But, the churches do their job. You wouldn't have all these other social needs because that's the purpose of the established church, right? It's to serve its community and to take care of the people that are struggling. Strings free. Well, if you come to Jesus, we'll give you a little bit of, a couple cans of soup from our kitchen. No, you're supposed to like help those people. Anyway, we'll open up our church to a fucking natural disaster. How about that? Yeah,
I'm still pissed off about that. The Olsteinies got pissed off at me for saying that shit. But no, man, it's has nothing to do with, something's got to give. If the military is going to, and as a matter of fact, if I ran for governor of whatever state I'm running governor for, fuck it, I'd make everybody's vehicle registration not be taxable. Veterans get a free plate. You individuals will have to get the tax knocked off, and you only pay like, I don't know, a flat rate, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, we live in a community that's not drivable. So you have to have a vehicle if you want to fucking have a job, but we're going to make it almost inaffordable for you to have a fucking vehicle for you to go to that fucking job.
I was about to say that kind of perpetuates it too. It perpetuates that fucking, because then what? You gotta work to make ends meet. You can't afford the $500, $600 registration on your vehicle, so you let your tags expire. But you gotta give or take. You either pay the $600 that'll actually break you, or you pay the $150 for your car insurance a month, and then
or you drive illegally and hope nothing fucking happens.
Exactly. And then the next thing you know, what? Then if you do pay it or you get a ticket, that's why people always run for the cops. Believe it or not, that's why a lot of people run for the cops, not because they're just straight criminals. Some of them don't want to go to fucking jail because then they're gonna. It's like I said, it perpetuates. I get this is the hippie in me. It just perpetuates it. It just perpetuates the fucking the poverty when you like. There's no reason at all for someone with a 1989 Honda shitbox to fucking be paying $500 or $600 on fucking their and someone's like somebody's like, oh, what? Oh, Allie. Hey, what's up, Allie? Oh, dude, public transit. Oh, fucking. Don't get me started. When I was growing up, we had public transit and we rode a lot. I mean, it was local bus stuff and stuff like that. And now the bus is like hardly run. Like I remember growing up during the, I'm gonna date myself. I remember growing up back in the 70s and the 80s.
In Charlotte, use public transportation, you'll get stabbed in the back of the fucking neck.
Well, that's just that's a policing thing right there. That dude should not have ever been fucking out of jail.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and now gas is going back up. Yeah, Chris says I ride the short bus. The military trains you to walk long distances without complaining. No. Have you ever been walking along with Joes on long distance? They complain. They'll complain. Yeah, I just really fucking think that there's got to be something for, and a lot of it too. You don't know, and I'm not trying to add tie and why these veterans went off or did what they did, but I'm pretty sure there's a ton of fucking factors that went involved in that. And I guarantee it fucking money, guarantee it fucking whatever issues they had. Like you were saying, the meat in between the stories on the end, right, on what happened. You know, it doesn't help when everyone's going after each other for just fucking like, hey, just want you to be a fucking good dude. And apparently that's bad now.
Yeah. Especially when you're a dude with an opinion that's different than mine. Fuck you, burn in hell.
Yeah. I will say this though, when I lived in Europe, I can go to the small village that I live in, and I can jump on a train, and actually take 2 trains. And then it was 1 train to the main station, and then that main station took me to Cologne. And I just had a backpack, jumped on the train station, went to the regional one to hit the main hub, went to Cologne for New Year's.
Yeah, well, you can shit on Europe for a lot of things, but they have public transport and being able to get around down to something that we've never been able to do here in the States outside of a couple of
and
cities.
They've been doing it for like a fucking couple centuries just about. Have you ever seen like the old videos of the old pictures and stuff of the trolleys and stuff like that in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and that's them. Yeah, and I partied. That's right. I jumped on the train. That's exactly what you did. That's how I did my fucking bender, man. I'm not a bender, but I did an exclusive getaway myself, and just did that backpack across Europe. And I backpacked it that way. It would like walk down to a train station, jump on a train, hit it, and then backpack to another spot that had another. For some reason we just can't fucking do it right. Yeah. It's like California try to do this transportation rail stuff, and they only did like a couple blocks of rail after so much $1 billion put into it.
Yeah, well, I think it's partly we have this American mindset of anti-Europe, not America, and so the things that European countries have gotten right, we almost refuse to fucking do.
Even though some of it, but even some of those practices were here in some of the cities. I mean that's how the subway systems got built up. You know what I mean?
To a point, yeah.
David said, disapproved. Your issues are not service connected. 0%. Oh my God. Yeah. It's a fucking, it's a mess, man. It's a mess. But again, that's what I was just saying. If I was governor, veterans wouldn't have to pay. I just say it, veterans wouldn't have to pay for their tax. And if there is some big drama behind it, okay, maybe 50%, whatever, but everyone won't have to pay the taxes for their vehicles that they bought with the vehicle tax, with the sales tax that they bought. Churches, guess what? You freaking, if there's a local school in your church congregation, I would strongly encourage, I would behoove you. Ooh, I said behoove. It would behoove you to make sure you pay off all those churches, to pay off those local, I always said that if I ever won the lottery or something like that, where I lived, I'd swing by and they're like, hey, how many kids still owe on their lunch money, or how many kids, whatever. I'd credit their fucking lunch money for the whole year.
Yeah. Oh, if I ever win the lottery, just no one will ever see me again. So that's what I'm saying.
I'd be doing shit. I mean, that would be my own. See, that I'm only revealing myself of what I would do, but I'd be like
shadow funding.
Yeah, shadow funding stuff. You know what I mean? Somebody want to have fucking, we didn't get this park rebuilt, or this didn't get happen. Next thing you know, an anonymous donor provided. Do it in Civil War voice. My dearest Jessica, today I walked with Massey and all the soldiers were complaining. We marched north. Yeah, that's what the awesome athletes do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like that's like if I was governor, I'd do that. All the kids would eat breakfast and lunch. Even the detention kids would get like a detention meal.
Right.
You know, give them a little fried burrito and some fries and a Coke or something like that. You know, it's like whatever, you know, it's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
What was the Boston Tea Party for? Yeah, exactly. I'd rather give to humans than Uncle Sam. Yeah, exactly that, Holly. I'm the same way. I want to see it go. That's the thing you were talking about, the 501 Charlies too, as well in the chats, Holly. I'm not here to beat up mega churches. I'm just saying that mega churches need to fucking like, oh, okay. Ooh, wait, hang on. I'm sounding like a hippie. Pay your fair
No,
share.
the whole purpose of them having tax exemption is so they could use that money to do good in their communities. That was the entire purpose of tax exemption for religious organizations.
Right.
No. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we did get zucked for the mustache thing.
Yeah,
because that was the last image that was posted up on there. That was the last image. So, oh, but yeah, dude, that's how I feel about it. I mean, come on, dude, all these fucking test scores and stuff like that, you can attribute it to a lot of stuff. You know, some parents aren't able to live within their means and they have kids. So, okay, there you go, church people. Yeah. Pay some money, pay some cash. You know,
I would encourage. What if every Christian quit giving their fucking tithe to the church and started tithing to charitable organizations in their community that actually did shit for people? That would fucking disrupt the system. I would love to see that shit.
Yeah.
If Christians are like, oh, you're misappropriating the funds that are supposed to be for God, so I'm going to take these funds that are supposed to be used to help my community and I'm going to give them to organizations that are actively doing God's work in my community. Bankrupt some of them bitches. Mm-hmm. Sorry, you don't get your new jet this year, Creflo.
Creflo,
Creflo Dollar. He was a big prosperity mega church.
Who's that guy that got mad because he asked, "Why do you need to fly in a jet?" And he was like getting in an SUV.
Kenneth Copeland, that creepy motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like, because I need to see the people. You know, he was like, or something like that. He was like, he had these demon looking eyes and shit like that. Yeah. No need jets for Pat. Exactly that, David. See, we're all agreeing here. We can all agree.
Yeah. You have to stay with your G5. Can't upgrade to the G6 this year, man.
Exactly. You got a fucking jet as a pastor.
Yeah.
How many kids are you flying to St. Jude's hospitals then with that jet?
Right.
That's the charitable portion of me too. Of course, always, always give to AAR, of course. But also the St. Jude's I give too. Friggin' there's families out there that, or other organizations that assist families when their children are dealing with.
It's like, hey, giant mega church, you want to rally and lobby against abortion? That was great. How many adoption services are you providing for your community? Babies, these people that can't afford the $20,000.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. And why is it that those $20,000 fees for adoption services, and then those individuals, don't they get more money? Some states will give you more money if you adopt or if you foster. Don't you think? Or don't you think they could help out some other kids too? You know, to help some other families too. And there's some families that are right there, just between middle class and lower. I guess you'd say lower middle class, or just about poverty level, something like that. I don't understand. I don't get it, man. I really don't fucking get it. How, land of the plenty, and then land of the free, home of the brave stuff, and we, there you go, bring the hippie out of me again. I don't get me wrong. I still believe that if you're an able-bodied person, get up your ass and go to fucking work. Go up and at least help out your community the most you can. If you're able-bodied to serve, I don't want to say I demand that you serve, but at least I want you to serve in any capacity in the military. And even if you want to fucking serve in the Peace Corps, at least fucking do that too. Something, you know what I mean? Yeah. Some sort of service to where you were actually helping, and you don't have to fucking do a combat job. You don't even have to do a fucking, it just blows me away how you try to do something. And it's also, I've noticed this too. I mean, you've talked about this. Other groups throw haterade on each other for out advocating more. You ever notice that? You always hear about some sort of group getting pissed off at another group for helping. I mean, case in point, some of the stuff that was happening when you were dealing with the floods and stuff, in your situation. And there were so many groups that were actually trying to help, and there were other groups that were getting mad because they were trying to say that this was not happening, or against other groups. Yeah. So
because it all has to be politicized.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, right.
It all has to back up my bias. It all has to back up the argument that I'm trying to make. Otherwise, it's fucking wrong.
It's that smug. I keep going back to that smug. It's almost like that. Even advocacy. I guess advocates have that smug. So,
Chris just made a point about the abuse of the system coming to an end. But the thing is, as long as there's a system, there's going to be abusers of the system. But I think statistics would show that there are more people that are willing to contribute than there are that are abusers, right? You're always going to have abusers. There's no way to
yeah, exactly.
Any system. Like it's always, as long as there's a system to be abused, some people are going to find a way to abuse it. Sometimes not laziest, sometimes because they're smart as shit.
Right.
It all depends. There's different types of abuse of different systems.
Well, and a lot of it is if you question that abuse, then you, the person that's questioning the abuse, are now going to be like blasphemer. They're going to like want to burn you at the stake because you're just asking a question, dude. You're like, hey, I remember donating, and you guys said we sent about $50,000 worth of aid to this, and I'm seeing just a couple trucks. Where's the $50,000 of aid? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Ali says, I think it would be really cool to use the military to build infrastructure, talking about the churches like swords and just plowshare stuff. Yeah, there was back in the day during the Carter administration, although he kind of sucked at foreign policy, he did do that to keep the military from degrading some of their skills. And there was times where there were, which is kind of like the model of Habitat for Humanity spurred out of us with that model that he did using the military back in the day to assist in impoverished areas. And assisted it to keep the units active. Like, in other words, if you don't use these units, they're going to get deactivated, type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing about Carter that I could see. Oh, okay, yeah, he was pretty cool for that.
Right. Well, I mean, now we're using them for law enforcement, so tomato.
Are we though? Have you seen the guys that are sitting around doing law enforcement? Are they really? I mean, come on. We posted videos of
I'm just throwing out my hot take, man.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, but we posted video of the guys fucking, doing post police. It was like fucking police calls. Like, really? It's like, I mean, I get it if there's some that are helping out, or there was members of the National Guard that were deputized with the marshals. I could see that. But all of a sudden now
they're coming for Portland now, baby.
Yeah. Oh,
Portland.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. Robin Sage is going to take a new location. But yeah, dude, it's just kind of like
all I know is I haven't formed an opinion yet because I haven't heard Joe Rogan's opinion yet. As soon as he speaks, I'll know what I think about it.
Huh? So. No way, dude. Here's the way I see it, man. Look, if you have a situation where law enforcement has to be used in situations like this, and there's a saying that we say to the kids in the inbox, it's not illegal. They're just assholes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if there are processes in place that are, because I'm not seeing like any court, I'm not seeing anybody at the Supreme Court come out and say, this is unconstitutional, blah, 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 blah. A lot of it's just mostly pundits saying you can't do that and fascism, blah, blah, blah. But we have, like you were saying, we haven't, well, not with the Joe Rogan side, but we haven't even seen what the fuck's happening yet in Portland. We have not seen anything what's happening in Portland. Because everyone said the same thing about DC and nothing happened. You notice that? I mean, like literally nothing happened. You didn't see, soldiers, running gunfights in the streets of DC. You didn't see that. So I don't know. So it's just like you said, wait to see, but I'm not going to go off Joe Rogan.
It's just, I know I was joking about that, but still, I mean, it's just a fucking wild time, man. It's a wild time in America right now. It's just pure insanity.
Mm-hmm.
If you went by nothing but what you saw on social media, we've all lost our goddamn minds. The whole place.
If you saw the wave tops, yes. If you saw the wave tops, that's the thing too. What if history deletes a lot of shit, or zombies come or whatever, and the next people are gonna remember these you're gonna go across an old magazine, or an old newspaper if it's still around, and it's gonna say, "What the hell? Yeah, troops in Portland. What the hell happened in Portland? Or what happened in Portland that required troops? What happened in DC?" I know history without the context is gonna be.
Well, what I'm seeing more and more of now that's disheartening though is, the internet has always been sensational, right? And the whole thing with TikTok and Facebook and everything else, people have a voice that have never had a voice before, and for some reason people listen to them and whatever. But I'm starting to see the shit trickle down into normal, because used to be you'd see all that, you'd go out oh, everybody around me is pretty fucking normal, right? Then you're seeing the loud extremes are doing the loudest yelling, and that's what you're seeing on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's starting to trickle down into normal people in conversations that I have, and I'm like, oh god damn it, we're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
when normal people quit thinking critically about things, and the insanity that used to be just reserved for social media starts trickling down to like everybody, then we're fucked, in my opinion.
Yep, exactly. There was a picture that someone says I saw soldiers picking up trash. Hell, U.S. Army WTF Moments covered that. Covered the trash pickup. They even did a group photo. The guy's doing a group. Normal people. Who are those? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You ain't lying on that one. There was a picture that was posted of the guys doing the detail, guys and gals doing the detail on in D.C. And yeah, we got a bunch of shit for posting it. They were like, they're soldiers that are, bullshitting and joking around on a detail. That what soldier has not, or what soldier has not, broke balls about having to be on a shitty detail. That's like everybody has done that. Man, let me find this image right here. I'm gonna show you the image, and you'll be like, you guys got shit for this, and that's what we say. It was like, we got shit for this. It was basically a group photo, soldiers wearing their road guard vests, and posted it up. And the next thing you know, we're freaking, oh, you guys, here it is right here. And they even said, I go, is there anything you want us to say? I'm warning you guys right now, we might get cut off because, people for some reason doesn't like our internet, and we'll see what happens. There we go. And I was like, do you have any captions you want to put as this? And then the soldier goes, yeah, man, we're kicking ass and stacking trash. Like, okay. All right. And then it gets up. And so this right here, everybody got pissed off. There was people that got pissed off saying that you shouldn't make fun of the soldiers for posting this. You should. Another one was, you're highlighting, readiness and blah, blah, blah. These are individuals that are on DC. I'm like, oh my, we have overstated what OPSEC and PERSEC means so much, but yeah, it was just like fucking A. Alex says groiper. Yeah. Did you see that new term groiper that we were talking about? Everyone's using that new groiper term.
I mentioned it last week. Yeah. It's been around for a hot minute, but it's becoming a mainstream term now. Yeah.
Our news is getting more and more censored, being feared by being canceled. This does nothing too. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he fucking cares. I think only certain people on the outliers care. Like if someone posted something or whatever, and because I've seen some shit that I thought the administration would get pissed off at and did not. They're like, it was like whatever. But I am dying to know what's going to happen tomorrow. I am, because tomorrow's the big, Geo Fest tomorrow.
It's big circle jerk tomorrow.
It's going to be the, it's going to be the freaking, oh Lord, here we go. See what's going to happen.
You got POTUS, fucking Vice POTUS, Secretary of War. It's just all fucking going down.
Remember I was telling you about that smug? You ever notice that? Like all those pictures. I mean, I'll be honest with you, with AI, with all the, how do I say this? We just got too cheese dick fucking cringe on some of our public affairs stuff. As a matter of fact, where's our public affairs people at? How come we're not seeing any good highlighted stories about our soldiers? How come we always got to focus on like senior leaders? Fucking everybody knows who the fuck he is. Everybody knows who's he in charge of. So the troops want to see fucking their leaders out and about.
Yeah,
almost like
I blame the Tylenol.
Just like the SMA, not the SMA we had last week, but the SMA that's currently serving. Where's he at on a lot of stuff? We'd like to know. I mean, outside of podcasts and stuff like that, and outside of memes, where's he at? Now, the soldiers want to know. Hey, is this going to last forever? How come everyone's getting confused on 2 inches of length and 2 inches of bulk?
Right.
So, why is it that? Another question. Why is it that you're going after individuals in the trans community about not posting or whatever, but you're not talking about the other individuals that take medications that you're saying that because they take medications, and that's why you want to get them out? Questions like that. Everyone likes to go in the arguments of whatever. Of maybe you shouldn't talk about that because that might be whatever and that's woke and whatever. No, those are some genuine questions. If the members of the trans community that you're saying that they shouldn't be serving because of the medication that they take or whatever they take for whatever, then why is it that we have soldiers and leaders who are currently taking medication?
Right.
They want to talk about mood stabilizations and their mood sways or whatever. Man, have you not served with a bipolar commander? Fuck.
I'm on so many meds all the time.
I was about to say, there's some people that I know are on fucking meds because I'm holy shit. That a lot of the little work that they did was probably muscle memory because holy fuck. So I missed me with that bullshit. The Groypers are terminally online and Nick Fuentes followers, and they're edgy and think Charlie Kirk was not far right enough. It's relevant because Nick Fuentes followers have antagonized the team. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They take
a lot of it's birthed out of incel culture too, to the extreme. That's where a lot of the guys are recruited from, or like all the whole incel guys. That's where I always say the incels are one of the most dangerous fucking underground groups that we fucking got, man.
Basically, some of these motherfuckers need to get the ass beat. That's all it is. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We can do some housekeeping. This is Monday edition. Monday, we could go on all night about this stuff. Tomorrow, Pop Culture Warrior. I think Pop Culture Warrior has a guest. I think he's got a. Let's see. Hang on. Where's it at? I think we got a guest. Where is it at? I think I just saw it. So tomorrow. Is this tomorrow?
Today's today.
Oh, is it tomorrow? The 30th. 30th, we have, oh shit, we have fucking, what's his name? Michael Paraskevas, composer. He's the dude that did the soundtrack for Agatha All Along, Unspoken, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hang on, let me pull up that graphic here. There we go. Yeah, he's coming on tomorrow.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah, he is coming tomorrow. That's how we see it. So he's Michael Paraskeva. So if you heard of the, only because I have a crush on one of my Twitter crushes is in Agatha All Along. So I'll just leave it at that.
Oh,
got a couple crushes, a couple of Marvel crushes. Anyways, Hawkeye and Unspoken does the soundtracks for him. So if you listen to those familiar tunes, it's more likely Michael Paraskevas writing this. And so there you go.
Love it. I'll have to watch that one. They actually have some music shit going on.
Yeah, you're actually watching that. Well, it's tomorrow, so I mean, I don't see how you cannot miss it. It comes on tomorrow.
I never watch anything. I'm lazy. Come on.
Let me see. Let me see. Hang on. Where's the other one? Okay, I think that was it. Okay, so don't forget today we're supposed to have King and Me show that couldn't happen. And then Tuesday's Pop Culture Warrior, and then the Smoke Pit is a sports bar and a smoke pit. And then Sarge's time with me and Spanky FTX. I hope you guys enjoyed the tribute that Mike did. And then of course Weekend Co-ops. Make sure you share, like, and follow all of our shits. We're broadcasting live on 5 different platforms when I'm not showing Alex Jones and a Hitler mustache.
Right.
But let's see, where is it at? Yeah, I think that's it. All right, there we go.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So, you got anything for me, man? I'm just kind of like looking around, just double checking to make sure I got the dates all right.
Take your Tylenol and pay your taxes. That's all the fucking
Take it. Yeah, exactly that. Oh man. All right, man. So make sure you stay out of trouble. Make sure you tune into Pop Culture Warrior, broadcasting live on 5 different platforms when we're not getting, taken off the air because of Alex Jones. 2 Facebook pages at US Army WTF Moments, 2 Facebook pages at WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 YouTube pages at WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and on X at WTF Nation Radio. So there we go.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's it. You got anything for me? You're good? Except for the time.
Always a good time. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you too. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. And shots. See you.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Driving us insane. ATF 0 dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscles strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rock marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters, we rise. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant's fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our zen. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the army's legacy we transcend.
There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. we dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again, and then we'll move on. And when we get the order to stop, we'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.